Hi, this is Catapult with a DTXtreme 3 video tutorial. This time around we're going to talk about the internal track recorder built into the module. Why you would want to use this is if you're playing to these preset songs, these songs in the module, or even bringing in external MIDI files. You can lay down your drum track on track number 2, and once you got the perfect performance, you can mess around with your volume settings, your levels, the mix, effects like reverb, chorus, compressors, so on and so forth. And then once you got your mix just perfect, you can record it to a computer and thus to MP3 file. Otherwise, if you record straight to a computer while you're playing, if you record straight to a computer in MP3 file, and then you listen to it after, and you know, your levels are all wrong, your bass drum's too loud, the hi-hat's not loud enough, so on and so forth, then you have to start all over again and try and get that perfect performance again. So we're going to show you how this works. First, we're going to use pre-35 Power Ballad as our example song, but you cannot modify preset songs. So what we have to do is we have to put it into a user song, and here's how you do that. You use your jog wheel, scroll over to user song 1, which shows as empty song. Now we want to copy that other song over to this. So the way we do this is hit F2 button, job, and then copy song is already highlighted. Press your enter store button. Now it defaults to pre-01 Rockadelic, so we want to change that to pre-35 Power Ballad. Now press enter, and yes, there you go. Now press your song button. There it is, user song 01 Power Ballad. Now the problem with these these songs in the module, most of them are loop songs, so they're very short songs and they're looped over and over and over again. Power Ballad only has 16 measures. The problem with this is if you play your drums to only the 16 measures when it's in loop mode, you're only the recording is going to stop after those 16 measures, so that's less than a minute worth of drumming. Then even your drum track's going to repeat over and over and over again, which is what we don't want. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate those 16 measures over and over and over again to get about 3 to 4 minutes worth. Here's how you do this. You go to job mode, F2, and go copy song, or sorry, go to measure, sorry. SF3, measure. Now we want to copy measure. So press your enter. Now it defaults to pre-01, so you want to change this to USR1. So there's your user song. And now we use the side arrow, scroll to track. We want to leave that on track 1. Measure, we want to start at measure 01. And we want to go to the end to measure 16, which is the end of the song. Now we scroll down with the arrow key. Now scroll to the end. Now measure 17 is highlighted. So we're going to start measure 1 to 16 all over again on measure 17. So press enter store, and yes. Excuse me. See, now you have your first 16 measures repeated twice, so it's kind of like playing 2 loops, but this you'll be able to play to differently for each of these repetitions. So now we want to do this again. So bring your cursor back up to the 16 and go to the end. Now it's 32. Now same thing, you want to copy it over, so to 33, and yes, and there. Now you have those 16 measures repeated 4 times, which is just a hair under 4 minutes for this song. So now we hit our track button, or sorry, our song button, and now we use our arrows, and we want to scroll down to this little circular arrow. We want to change that to a straight arrow. The reason being, we don't want this song to loop anymore. Now you have this song, this 16 measures repeating 4 times, and after the 4 times are done, the song's done. So this way you can actually play to the whole thing. So now that we got that done, we got our song laid out, we want to save it. And here's how you do that. You hit your file button, and you have to have a formatted USB, whatever you call those flash drives, a USB flash drive. So you have to have previously formatted on the module. So you press your file button, and now save is already highlighted. Now what you want to change is your all data up here. You want to change that to all song. And then you want to use the down arrow key, and you have to give it a name. So just to make it quick, we'll just call it number 1, just 1. And then you press your SF1 button, exec, and now it's saving it. See, there you go. You have 1 T3S. There's your song, no drum track. Well, it does have the default drum track, the built-in drum track, but when you're in song mode, see, I got drums, it's not highlighted anymore, and I've also got my kit locked. So I'm using my user kit, it's locked into place, and I told the module, do not play the built-in drum track. I want to do the drumming myself. Okay, speaking of which, now let's get to the nitty-gritty, the recorder. Now, once you got this laid out, what you do, well, first let's listen to the song. And the sound is coming through a set of headphones I got near the camera because I don't have a mic jack on this camera. See, no drums, no nothing. So that's that. Now we want to add our drum track. So all you do is you press the record button right beside the play button. You press your record button. Now this screen comes up. Now the only thing I change on this screen is the track number. Track 1 is your song, track 2 will be your drums. So make sure you change that to track 2. If you want to play with the rest of the stuff, you can. I don't. Everything works fine. So now it's ready to go. So the way to activate your recording is you just press the play button. So let's do that now. Press the play button. See, it shows recording. And I'm just going to reach over and hit some pads here because I'm a few feet away from the kit. That. When you're finished, you press play. There's two ways of stopping a recording. Pressing play again, or when the song is finished, when it hits the last measure and the song is finished, it'll automatically stop the recording. So now you have your drum track in there, so now you just press play to listen to it. And now you'll hear the pathetic drum part that I just did. Now you got your drum track. So now I just stopped the play. Now that wasn't a very good performance. I want to wipe out the drum track to try again. So what you do to wipe out your drum track is you press F2, job. Now you go to SF2, track, and use your down arrow and scroll down to clear track. Press enter store. Now very important, make sure you change that to number 2. Because if you leave that as number 1, you're going to wipe out the song and keep the drum track. So you want to change that to number 2, and once that's done, you press enter store. Are you sure? Yes. And there you go. Your drum track is totally wiped out. And even from this screen right here, when you're ready, you press your record button again, and there's your record screen. All you have to do, it's in record standby. All you have to do, press your play to start playing again. And then once you have your drum track, excuse me, once you have your drum track laid out, you got it perfect for your drumming performance, make sure you save that also, because now the only thing you saved was a drumless version of the song. So now you hit your file button, save is highlighted, so now you want to, all song is good. It says all song, so now all you want to do is just change the file name. Let's go to, and then go exec, and now it's saving it, and there. Now you got number 1 with no drums, and number 2 with your drum track. So if you have to walk away for any reason, turn off the module, because do not forget, a user song does not stay in memory once you turn off the module. It gets wiped out. So this way here, you got it on your USB stick. If you have to walk away, come back later, you reload it into the module, and then you can do some edits and do whatever you want to it before recording it to your computer, and then thus MP3 file. Anyway, that's the way that works. I hope you've enjoyed my first video tutorial, and you take care, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.